Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have some big updates. President Donald Trump has addressed the reports of a secret Black Ops CIA kill order for Venezuela. That is right. President Trump broke his silence on the CIA allegedly, reportedly, whatever you want to call it, being authorized to conduct lethal, deadly strikes in Venezuela against the Maduro regime. So we're going to get into exactly what Trump said, what the details of the reports are. I made a video about this on October 15th. I'm filming this on October 16th. So all information in this video is up to date as of October 16th. Obviously, this is a very fluid situation. Things can change at any given time. Just keep that in mind. Before we get started, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing. Huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. What do you think about this whole situation with Venezuela and Trump? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are open. You guys have been great reaching out with a bunch of tips, stuff like that. Send me whatever you got. You guys have been awesome. So we know that tensions are soaring with Venezuela. We flew multiple B-52 bombers off the coast of Venezuela on Wednesday. Again, that was October 15th. 3 total got in the air. They kept flipping their transponders on and off. 1 disappeared at one point, and then 2, after flying in circles, took a straight shot to Venezuela where they flew in a holding pattern off the Venezuelan coast, flanked reportedly by F-35 stealth fighters. After they left, Venezuela scrambled a fighter jet in an attempt to show some kind of strength, knowing fully well that if they had done that with the B-52s still nearby, they would have been blown out of the sky by the F-35s. On top of that, this was the big bombshell report, which we also talked about on the 15th. This comes from the New York Times, authorizing lethal action against targets in Venezuela, authorizing the CIA to start covert operations. It says the Trump administration has secretly authorized the CIA to conduct covert action in Venezuela, according to U.S. officials, stepping up a campaign against Nicolas Maduro, the country's authoritarian leader. The authorization is the latest step in the Trump administration's intensifying pressure campaign against Venezuela. For weeks, the U.S. military has been targeting boats off the Venezuelan coast. It says are transporting drugs, killing 27 people. American officials have been clear privately that the end goal is to drive Mr. Maduro from power. The new authority would allow the CIA to carry out lethal operations in Venezuela and conduct a range of operations in the Caribbean. So that's the key part. This allows them to go in and use lethal force, kill people covertly in order to get rid of Maduro, get rid of the cartels, stop the flow of drugs into the United States. This is a wide sweeping order that gives the CIA incredible latitude and longitude, whatever you want to say, a big, broad space to operate and take out these targets and kill these targets. As I talked about in the first video, this would actually likely apply to Delta Force and SEAL Team 6, because when the CIA wants to do stuff like this, they exercise what's called Title 50 authority. Title 50 authority is essentially do whatever you want. I mean, that's the easiest. It's the clandestine covert authority. Tier 1 operators from Delta Force SEAL Team 6 then get swooped in, and they can often do the killing themselves, like the Osama bin Laden raid. So President Donald Trump was asked about this. Got to pull this down off the screen real quick. I'm going to share this with you all. He was asked about this at the White House on Wednesday afternoon, and this is what President Trump said when addressing the situation.
And it's I think it's hurting the process. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, thank you. Curious, why did you authorize the CIA to go into Venezuela? And is there more information you can share about these strikes on the alleged?
Well, I can't do that, but I authorized for 2 reasons, really. Number one, they have emptied their prisons into the United States of America. They came in through the, they came in through the border. They came in because we had an open border policy. And as soon as I heard that, I said, a lot of these countries, they're not the only country, but they're the worst abuser. And they've entered they've allowed thousands and thousands of prisoners, mental institution, people from mental institutions, insane asylums, emptied out into the United States. We're bringing them back. but that's a really bad. And they did it at a level that probably not many countries have done it, but not like Venezuela. They were down and dirty. And the other thing are drugs. We have a lot of drugs coming in from Venezuela, and a lot of the Venezuelan drugs come in through the sea, so you get to see that. But we're going to stop them by land also.
Does the CIA have authority to take out Maduro?
Oh, I don't want to answer a question like that. That's a ridiculous question for me to be given. Not really a ridiculous question, but wouldn't it be a ridiculous question for me to answer? But I think Venezuela is feeling heat, but I think a lot of other countries are feeling heat too. We're not going to let this country, our country, be ruined because other people want to drop, as you say, their worst. They have given us their worst. They've loaded up our country with prisoners, with mentally ill people that are seriously ill, criminally ill, and we're not going to take it. And so, I mean, it's just one of those things. And I can tell you, we've taken care of the sea. There's nobody, and we're watching. We're watching. And if we see it, we'll save it. Yeah, please.
On the ships, though, sir, there are Republicans and Democrats up on the Hill concerned that in the briefings they've gotten about those attacks, they're not necessarily getting information about who was on them and what exactly was on those ships. Can you ensure that?
But they are given information that they were loaded up with drugs, and that's the thing that matters. When they're loaded up with drugs, they're fair game. And every one of those ships they're not ships, they're boats, they're speedboats. They're extremely fast, record-setting type speedboats that cost a lot of money, and they have a lot of money because they're drug sellers. But they know one thing, and they all have the same thing in common. There's drug dust. They call it drug dust. They call it fentanyl dust all over the boat after those bombs go off, and you can take along.
So that's President Donald Trump. I'm going to pull this off the screen, addressing the situation and more or less confirming, without directly saying it, that yes, he authorized the CIA to go in and use lethal force against the Maduro regime, set up covert operations, clandestine operations, and start smashing targets left and right if and when the time comes to get the job done. He's not holding back. He's also talking about how we are going to continue to blow up more drug boats if necessary. And it really goes to show, step by step, everything we're doing is lining up for a massive military conflict with the regime of Nicolas Maduro. And if Maduro is smart, he's going to get on a plane and leave the country while he still is alive and still has the opportunity to. If he's dumb, which he probably is, he's going to try to fight this thing out, and he's going to get absolutely crushed. Let me tell you, a couple old Russian fighter jets are no match for F-22s and F-35s. They are going to get dog walked in the event this thing gets as hot as it looks like it's going to get. And you would think the people around Maduro, who also don't want to die, would be like, listen, pal, it's time to go. It's time to go. We had a good run. Let's pack our bags. Let's get our passports, and let's go hang out with Bashar al-Assad in Russia, where other fallen dictators go, because staying here is not going to work. And for those of you who missed it, this was the flight pattern of the B-52 bombers. You can see Caracas right there, bottom of the screen. That's the B-52s just flying right off the coast in a holding pattern right off Venezuelan territory. And there is nothing the Venezuelans can do to stop those planes, stop those bombers, especially when they have F-35 escorts with them. The F-35s are with them to protect the bombers and make sure that any planes Venezuela tries to get in the air are immediately blown out of the sky. And that's exactly what would happen. That's exactly what would happen in the event of Venezuela attempting to lock on to our planes and fire. So every step we're taking is one step closer to military action against Maduro. We're blowing up drug boats. The CIA is now in play. Black operations are now in play. It is getting real close to go time. And President Trump is not even attempting to sugarcoat it or anything. He's saying, this is the reality of the situation. Here's what we're likely going to do. Get out of our way or get steamrolled. And that's how this story is going to end. And I will continue to bring you guys updates when I have them. This, again, is a very fluid situation. It is changing by the minute. So I'm filming this again on October 16th. The information is up to date as of October 16th. So stay with me. I'll have more updates. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Comment with what you guys think is going to happen below. Do you want to see Maduro get crushed? Do you think that's a good idea? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. And then right here, bottom of the screen, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. DMs are wide open. Reach out at any time. I'll see y'all later.